Hello everyone, my name is Bree and welcome to Documented Journey. Today I am going to be talking about this sketchbook right here. I absolutely loved this sketchbook. Yes, I say loved because I filled this bad boy up. I filled this whole sketchbook. It was like maybe 3 or 4 spreads in this video, so we can check that out together. But first I wanted to give you some details about this sketchbook. It is a Coptic stitch hand-bound journal or sketchbook that I created with bamboo paper that is actually by Hanamule. I was lucky enough to receive it as a gift and I really couldn't be happier. I really enjoy this paper. My ballpoint pen goes on the paper really nicely, and then I can also scrub at the paper with my watercolors and my brushes and layer, and I really enjoyed working in this sketchbook. Some details that I want to focus on are this sticker right here is by Kat Riles. If you don't know her, you're missing out. We have a sketchbook challenge going on right now for 2023, and it ultimately is fill as many sketchbooks as you can. So this is technically number 1 for me, and I'm so excited. If you want more information about this challenge, you should check out the details in the description box below. I'll not only have my video, but I'll also have Kat's as well. Some other sticker artists on here is this one right here. This is by Studio Katie. She is on Instagram. That's where I find her. I also have another one by her right here. This one is by Lee Ellickson, and this is from Anna, and she is found on Instagram and YouTube as well. To kind of dive into this, like I said, am going to be finishing a handful of spreads, 1, 2, 3, 4 spreads with you in this video, and then I want you to decide which sketchbook I'm going to move into next. So I have 2 options for you. I have another hand-bound Coptic stitch hand-bound notebook, but this time the paper on the inside is Strathmore Mixed Media paper. I'm very familiar with this paper. It's one of my staple papers. It's a good paper that can handle pretty much anything. It is more like a smooth hot press texture, and like I said, you can throw anything at it because it's mixed media and it holds up fairly well. I don't think it's amazing, but it's good enough, right? So I'm not going to feel too precious in this notebook, but I am going to be able to pull out some really nice illustrations from it. And then my next one is this Etcher sketchbook. This is a cold press paper. It is 100% cotton paper, acid free, and this is the sketchbook that I absolutely hate and love all at the same time. I absolutely love the paper in these Etcher sketchbooks, but I cannot stand the cover. The cover is white and it has that canvasy feel, and there's just not much you can do to cover it up, but this is technically my last one, and I will not be ordering a new one unless I order a different cover by Etcher. So anyway, these are my 2 sketchbooks that I have chosen to go into next. Actually, I didn't choose. I just chose these 2 so you could pick between the 2. So vote in the comments below, please, if you prefer me to move into the Etcher or the hand-bound Strathmore Mixed Media paper. Don't forget, comment below, and now let's turn this camera around and get into some of the process of these last 4 pages. With this piece, I really had the thought of making the background a dark color. May it being blue or even black. I was just trying to think of how to make these flowers pop, and I really wanted to keep the ballpoint pen. The ballpoint pen had so much detail, especially in that bottom left flower, that I just felt if I added color to these, you would lose all that detail. And I don't normally do this. Normally I add color to most all my illustrations, but for some reason this one I was just called to do a more black and white type of situation. I'm going to take a pause on this illustration. I'm going to move on to another page. With this page, I am kind of focusing on something that I'm working on for the summer, really trying to create some stickers or something for my summer release. And this was just an idea that I had, so I'm just going to be outlining this guy and just doing all the outlining and pen work, and then I will take a break. I'm very much flipping back and forth between illustrations in these last few pages because I get bored, or I come up with a different idea, or I'm focusing on all outlines, and so then I flip the page and I want to do more outlines. So that's what I did here. I just continued to outline all the illustrations that I had drawn in previously, so that way I can finish up the sketchbook. This page that I'm working on right now is the very last page in this sketchbook, and I am finishing that outline up, and then I will kind of do a little mini flip through here in a second so you can check out what I have so far. This is normally how I work. I normally apply the pen down first, and then I add the watercolor. So I'm going to finish with my ballpoint pen in these two sketches, really sketching in all the details. I do this scribbly, crosshatchy type of thing to create the depth in the image, and that is what I'm going to continue on, and then we will paint. One night I got to sit at my desk. Yes, night. I purchased a ring light. I know I'm late to the game, but I purchased this ring light, and it was the first time that I had ever used it. And I sat here and painted for an hour or so and loved every single second. And the quality that it created, the light that it created, was really great. I am pretty happy with my purchase. And yes, like I said, late to the game, but I didn't have to have this in Colorado. And it's really nice to be able to paint in any kind of situation now. So here I am painting this woodpecker up. He is an inspiration because we have been having a few woodpeckers visit us recently. I think there's 3 that kind of hang out with us, and they love our tree stumps that we have in our backyard, and they kind of like pick at the ground around it to find treats, and that is what I wanted to capture here. So he's on our little stump and he's pecking around. The stump has a bit of moss and stuff in it because Florida, and everything's humid and moist, so that's what you get. But I am really happy with how this turned out, and I hope you enjoy the process. At the end of each illustration, I want to focus on the composition as a whole. So I have 2 items in this composition, the tree and the bird. What I want to do is I want to make sure that they look cohesive. And for me, the way to make them look cohesive is to add little bits of their specific color. So the bird is red, add little bits of the bird into the tree, and then vice versa, add little bits of the green from the moss into the bird. And I feel like when you use colors around the whole composition like that, it makes it look more cohesive. I'm going to move on to the sunflower page. This sunflower is actually a little practice. I have been talking a little bit over on Instagram about what I feel the definition of an artist is. Definition of an artist is someone who paints large on canvas. That's not actually true. That's not the definition of an artist, but that is what I have in my brain. And so I feel like I'm not a true artist, which is, when I say it out loud, I almost want to laugh because it's a nervous laugh, because I actually do believe that, but I know it's not true. Regardless, I want to show myself that I can do things that I'm not used to. And I want to push myself in a way that I just haven't been. And my goal last year was to do this, and I just didn't do it. I started it, I didn't finish it. So my goal last year was to create these paintings and then adhere them to wood panels. I still want to do that. I've only done 1 so far. My daughter has it hanging in her room. But I want to do that, and I actually want to sell them this year. So this is an example. I think what I'm going to do, I have 4 wood panels. I am going to create a sunflower series, and I'm going to put them on wood panels and sell them either on my website or in the markets that I've been doing a lot lately. So this is just a practice, because that's what sketchbooks are for. This is just a practice of a final piece. So let's hope that piece actually comes to fruition and gets stuck on a wood panel. The next illustration that I'm doing, I was pleasantly surprised with how it turned out. I love the colors and the tones in this painting, and I am definitely going to do something with this illustration. This is the last painting in this sketchbook, and I am so excited to tell you that the next time you see this sketchbook, it will be for a sketchbook flip through. Those are so fun. I find those so inspirational, and I know you do too because it's one of my mostly watched videos on my channel. Also, are you doing this challenge? If you have a video that you've created with this challenge, or if you are posting over on Instagram, please leave all that information in the comments below so we can come and check you out. We are doing this, Kat and I are doing this not only to inspire each other and hold each other accountable, but also to get you all involved, because the more you work in a sketchbook, the more you practice your craft, the better you will become. I get asked how I'm so good all the time, and ultimately it's because I fill sketchbooks. I practice. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to vote for my next sketchbook in the comments below, and until next time, I'll see ya.